I'm gonna be jittery later, but it's Friday, and it's also, don't be fooled, this is a reading update. I am gonna update you on how this book is going, but I just wanted to sit down, and since this is a vlog, you guys get a little bit more insight into my life, and I wanted to talk about Hi guys, welcome to the beginning of a reading vlog. I literally just got done recording a little reading update, and then I decided to record my introduction to a reading vlog that I'm gonna do over a week-long period. So this is gonna be a week of reading. One of the days this weekend I might do a 24-hour readathons. We'll see how that works into this vlog, but we're starting this reading vlog with a bang. Going outside of my comfort zone, and we are reading Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I said this in my little reading update, but basically I only have this book because I saw someone post about it on Instagram. They just showed the cover, and then I instantly went and looked it up. Saw that the cover that I could get in the United States was ugly, but I wanted this cover, so then I went on the book depository, got this cover, received it today, realized it's a YA fantasy and that I don't really typically like YA fantasy, or at least I don't necessarily know if I like it because I haven't read it since I was younger. So we're gonna see what I think of this YA fantasy and start reading it today, which I think will be fun to take you guys along. And then I have some fun other books that are also just kind of random and a little bit outside my comfort zone, I think. So let me tell you a little bit about this book, and then we'll get into the reading vlog. Basically, a princess has some magic. She's cursed. Well, her brothers are cursed because they're turned into cranes. So I guess these are her brothers. Someone is trying to take over the throne, and she has to save the day. But also, this has like the perfect new book smell and just the feeling of the book. Everything about this is telling me that this is gonna be a great reading experience, and I really want to love this story. So we'll see if I become a fanatic for YA fantasy. In the meantime, let me know what you guys are reading in the comments below. I will see you on the other side. God, what am I, 50? So handsome. The question of the hour is, did she really need a second coffee, or is that actually a bad idea? We'll find out later when I'm jittery and can't control my emotions. You guys, I highly recommend never ever getting a cute iced coffee glass because you won't be able to stop drinking things out of it. For me, that means drinking too much coffee. I'm gonna be jittery later, but it's Friday, and it's also, don't be fooled, this is a reading update. I am gonna update you on how this book is going. But I just wanted to sit down, and since this is a vlog, you guys get a little bit more insight into my life, and I wanted to talk about, today is March 17th, and it is the first day. It is opening night of the Eras Tour. No, I am not going, but I'm there in spirit, and I will be consuming all of the content tonight and feeling left out, but also very excited. Taylor Swift, I have loved her since, I can't even remember when I first fell in love with her music. I was too young. I love her music. It has gotten me through so many chapters of my life, and so the Eras Tour is especially nostalgic. She also hasn't toured in like 5 years. I apologize if you're not a Swiftie and you're not into this, you can skip this part, but if you are, please let me know in the comments. Are you going to one of the nights? What city are you seeing her in? Like, let me know the details. What's your outfit, please? I'm trying to figure out my outfit right now because I'm seeing her in July because I live in Seattle, which part of me is like, why didn't I fly to Swift City today and see her? But that's okay. I still secured tickets for July. Somehow me and my friend were able to secure tickets through the whole Ticketmaster debacle. So speaking of, this glass has little mirror balls and cowgirl boots and stuff on it. And this has nothing to do with Taylor Swift, but when I got this, a brand on Amazon actually sent this glass to me. But I got it and it actually makes me think of Taylor Swift because Cowboy Like Me and Mirror Ball, it has that vibe, so it makes this cup extra special. Are you just bathing yourself back there? Hopefully you guys can't hear her just chowing down on her butt back there. Today's Friday. It's the first day of the Eras Tour. It's a good day. I had to talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry, my camera died. So on the back of this book, it says that Reikema, her stepmother, banishes Shiori, transforming her brothers into cranes and warning her that she must speak of it to no one, for with every word that escapes her mouth, one of her brothers will die. When I first read that, I thought that any word about stepmother having magic or any word that was telling someone else like, hey, my stepmother's a real and turned my brothers into cranes, then one of her brothers would die. But come to find out, once I got to that part in the book, she's actually not allowed to say anything at all. She basically has this bowl on her head that covers her eye. The only thing you can see is her lips. She's not allowed to talk at all, or one of her brothers will die. So for each word, so if she even said hi, her brothers would drop dead, which I thought was pretty harsh, not gonna lie. Which makes the whole challenge of her figuring everything out harder, because now she's banished and she's somewhere where she doesn't really know where she is, and also can't be recognized because she has a bowl on her head, which is a little bit funny, but yeah. So that's where I am now. She's been working as a cook at this diner, make some money so she can actually feed herself, because obviously she's been cut off from her family, which I think the stepmother has like brainwashed her dad into not remembering that he has 7 children, because his 6 sons have been turned into cranes and then his daughter has been banished. So there has to be a way that he doesn't know what happened, because they're just all gone now, and still has his wife, who he apparently doesn't know is a sorceress and a raging C-word. I actually really do like this book so far, and I'm excited to keep reading it. I probably won't tell you guys too much more about the plot itself, because I don't want to give you any spoilers. I'm kind of worried that I'm really gonna like it and then I'm gonna want to order the next book and then it won't come for like a week, because it has to come from the UK, because I only want the UK cover. It's so light out. It's literally the afternoon right now and it's still light out and I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading this and then I'm gonna check in with you guys later, and I'll probably take you along to read in the park and check out the chocolate factory tomorrow, and to any fun things that we do this weekend that aren't just book related, because why not? I'm gonna do some reading and then I will catch you guys on the other side. Look at her. I don't know if she's in frame, but she's so cute. That should be illegal. Junie, you should be arrested. They're coming to get you, June. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next clip. Oh, lifeblood. I keep my side of the street clean. You wouldn't know what I mean. 'Cause karma is my boyfriend. You and me is never you and sweet honey. Oh, Alexa, what is the weather in Seattle, Washington right now?
Right now in Seattle, Washington, it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies.
We're going outside. Out here reading, and it is actually warm out, so it feels really good to be outside. But you may have noticed that in the last clip I randomly just went from talking about something else to talking about my update for this book, and I didn't even tell you how far I was, and that's because my camera died and I thought it had recorded me transitioning from talking about Taylor Swift into talking about the update for this book, which when I was talking to you I had read to page 100, and then that's why it was kind of like a weird flow. Right now, I've only read 20 more pages today. It is now Saturday, and I'm on page 120, and a lot is starting to happen. Like, she's really in the adventure, and I'm actually very invested in the characters, and mostly just our main character, Shiori, and invested in the storyline, and it's actually been really fun to read. So I'm probably gonna go eat some food and then I'm gonna keep reading, and then we're gonna go to the chocolate factory later for a tour, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, Gus and I are here to give you a little reading update and a little update on how our daily nap is apparently going. How's it going, Gus? He has no comment. I am on page 346. It is Wednesday afternoon. This reading vlog has become a realistic week-long reading vlog because I'm not finishing a book a day. I'm not even barely finishing a book a week. Regardless, this reading week has been really good because of this book. I look forward to reading it every single day. I spend my nights just sitting here all cozy, reading, and it's so fun. Like, this has just been such a fun read, and I don't think I'm necessarily going to start reading a ton of YA fantasy, but I think I do want to read the second book. I think it's just a duology. I think there's only going to be 2 books. I really enjoyed this, and I'm really glad that I ended up reading it solely because the cover is so stunning, and I am someone who judges a book based on the cover for sure. Just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. So if you guys haven't read 6 Crimson Cranes, I highly recommend it, even if you're not someone who typically reads YA fantasy. I feel very attached to the characters and what is happening, and I also just can't stop looking at the cover. Sometimes while I'm reading, I'll just close it and I'll just stare at the cover. Once I'm done reading this is definitely going to go on my shelf on display so that I can just look at it all the time. I'm gonna finish this, and then I will catch up with you guys when I finished it and when I'm starting my next read before the end of this reading vlog. So I hope you guys are having a good reading week so far, and I will see you in the next clip. Finished 6 Crimson Cranes, and I also think this is going to close out this vlog, but I wanted to give you guys a little update on if I liked the book, and also let you know that I just started the Ice Palace, but I think I'm going to close out this vlog. I feel like this one is getting a little bit long, and it's about to be a new week. Today is Sunday, and I just wanted to give you guys a little update. My boyfriend and I got pizza from this place right down the street from us, and it is literally the best pizza I've ever had. It's Detroit style pizza, and the only reason we even got it was because we were walking down our street and we smelled something really good, and we looked over and there were some guys serving pizza out of this building, and there was no sign, so it didn't even really look like a pizza place. Turns out it is. They're just trying to be more low-key about it. They ended up giving us free slices, and we tried it. It was so good that we ended up going there today and buying a pizza, and it is so good. So you probably saw some clips of that in the last little bit of the vlog. I wanted to show you guys this cute shirt that came in the mail today. I ordered this from a shop on Etsy. If I remember, I'll leave it linked in the description, which this is not sponsored and I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I just love it. If you guys are a Swiftie, you know that Taylor was wearing a shirt like this in the Midnight's Mayhem with Me videos. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that shirt. It's so cool. So I was looking it up to see if I could get it because I also wanted that shirt, but someone recreated it, and then it also says Midnight's Taylor Swift down here. So it's also Taylor Swift merch. So my 2 favorite things, a cat shirt and Taylor Swift merch. I did finish 6 Crimson Cranes. It ended on kind of a cliffhanger, and I am getting the second book from the library because the second book isn't out on paperback yet, and I don't really love hardcover. So I'm still trying to settle on a star rating for that book. I honestly want to say 4 stars. I'm not going to rate it 5 stars because it wasn't life-altering. It wasn't my favorite book ever. But I really loved it and I really enjoyed it. It's definitely 4 stars, and if you're a fan of young adult fantasy, I think you would love that book. It was so fun to read. It was cozy. It felt very lighthearted. To be totally honest with you, I don't know if I would love it as much if the cover wasn't as beautiful as it is. I have it sitting on my bookshelf over there and I'm too lazy to go grab it, but you guys have seen it plenty in this vlog and you know the cover is stunning. But like, would I actually love it as much if the cover wasn't absolutely gorgeous, I don't know. I guess we'll find out because the library book I'm getting of the second book has the United States cover on it, which is just not as cute in my opinion. So I do think I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna read it next necessarily, but I do wanna read it soon. For now, I started The Ice Palace on page 34. I had all the plans to read a ton this weekend and then it just ended up not happening. I was editing some YouTube videos, working on some work stuff, and I just haven't really gotten around to reading a lot. And I also fully, last night and the night before, I'm saying I got busy doing work stuff, which is true, but then at night when I did have a ton of time to read, I fully got addicted to this show called The Night Agent on Netflix, and I fully binged the whole entire first season last night and the night before. And I haven't binged a show like that in a while. It was very stressful and there was a lot going on the entire time. I just watched the whole thing. All that to say, I'm only on page 34 and this is only a 130-page book, and so far I really do like it. The writing is interesting. This was translated from Norwegian to English, and just the way it's written, it's strange. I don't even know how to explain it. I remember this one sentence, or this one spot where there were two sentences where the same thing is kind of repeated. I don't know if that was intentional or what, but I think the writing style, it has taken me a little bit to get used to it. It almost makes me feel when I'm reading it like a little bit of discomfort while I'm reading it, and I'm wondering if that's almost intentional because some of the stuff that's going on so far in this book is the two young girls are definitely feeling discomfort, and it's basically a story about two girls who meet and they're kind of becoming friends, but something weird is going on. I mean, obviously I'm only 30 pages into it, but I do enjoy it, but it's definitely very strange. One of the reviews says it's very unique, and I will say that I can attest to that, and this does seem like a very unique book, and I do think I'm gonna like it. I saw someone on Bookstagram give it 5 stars, so I'm curious to see if I'll give it 5 stars. The writing's strange. What's going on is a little bit strange. I don't know how old the girls are in this, but it's very cute, like seeing their friendship start to develop and seeing how their insecurities play out. And it reminds me of being a young kid. And I will keep you guys updated in my next reading vlog on what I think about this book. I have one more thing to say before I leave you. And that is that I am probably gonna do a series where I read the entire Throne of Glass series and vlog it, because I'm not a huge fantasy reader, but I did read the ACOTAR series last year around this time and I loved it. I know that's like the most basic fantasy series that everyone has read, but I mean, I loved it and I don't read a ton of fantasy. So if you guys have other fantasy recommendations for me, let me know, because I'm trying to read more in every single genre and just branch out and not always just read literary fiction, which I did branch out last summer and I read quite a bit of romance, but I'm not a huge fan. I think I really enjoyed the romance plot within ACOTAR, so that's something I'm interested in, but I don't like it solely being like cheesy romance, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I got the first book, and also I was waiting to read the series until the new covers came out because I like them better than the other covers and I want to own all of the books. So I ended up getting the first book in the Throne of Glass series, and I think I'm going to do a full series of me vlogging my experience reading it because I really don't know if I'm going to like it. I'm scared that I won't. If I really hate it, I'm going to give it 3 books in before I decide that I don't like it, because I know she wrote the first book when she was 16. Let me know what you guys think about the Throne of Glass series. I also know that there's like a specific order you're supposed to read them in, so I need to look that up because I'm not 100% sure where to read. I think it's Assassin's Blade, because I know it's technically like a prequel to this, but people say to read it after like the second book or something like that. I don't know, but I'm excited to read it and I'm excited to vlog my whole experience with it, and I hope you guys enjoy that, and I want to know your thoughts. You love Throne of Glass? Do you hate it? Are you neutral? Have you read it? Have you not read it? What's the vibe? Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog, and I can't wait to see you in my future vlogs, my future videos. Make sure to let me know how you guys are in the comments below. Yeah, I really don't want these videos to be just a one-way, me talking at you the whole time. I would like us to have a little bit more conversation, so I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. and I will do my best to respond to every comment, and which should be very easy now because I'm getting like 0 comments considering my channel is brand new, like a fresh baby out of the womb. So I want to talk to you, and I will see you guys when I see you.